Good morning, I'm Mai Rodriguez. Let's unlock the tricks of the trade, get to know the brilliant minds who changed their industries and created innovations that continue to influence lives. Be inspired here on Trade Talks, My Milyonaryo. For today's show, we have a very special guest. She's the key official in the Philippine trade sector. We will talk about the government's efforts to attract foreign investors into the country. We will also discuss her agency's programs to help micro, small, and medium enterprises, among others. Please welcome to the program Trade and Industry Secretary Maria Cristina Roque. Good morning, Sec Chris.
Good morning, Mai. Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
Finally, very first guesting on the Bilyonaryo News channel. I'm so glad you can make it today. First of all, Sec Chris, almost a year getting appointed as the Trade and Industry Secretary. How has it been so far?
Okay, actually, Mai, it's been 7 months, and I feel that I'm really already, I already know the DTI. I know exactly what to do, and I already know exactly what programs and what is really needed for us to really push the Department of Trade and Industry.
7 months pa lang, but it seems like ang tagal-tagal nyo na as Trade Secretary. You've been all over, you've been very busy. I saw you had a meeting in California with several executives of, you know, the biggest companies there to attract foreign investments, right? And so many programs with the DTI. Let's start with your agenda as Trade Secretary. What is your agenda?
Okay, as Trade Secretary, there's 3 main programs. Number 1 is to attract foreign trade and investments. That's actually something that we're really doing now on an aggressive basis, something that we really are pushing, because wherever we go, the Philippines now is one of the top choices for investment in Southeast Asia. The reason for this, the President actually wants more investors to come in, because aside from the income that it gives our country, it also provides bulk jobs, so that our people don't have to go to other countries or to have to go away from, to be away from family. So that's one thing that we do. Now, the second is consumer protection and fair trade. We must protect the consumers from the products that are being sold in the market, that are being produced, and that are being brought in. So we are very strict on this. So the DTI has different standards that needs to be met before they can actually sell their products, either online or in through physical stores. So that's something that we really are taking very seriously also. And last is the MSME development, which is the micro, small, and medium enterprises, which comprise 99.5% of the business establishment and 60% of the workforce. So this is a business sector that we cannot ignore. So we have a lot of programs that are actually tailored fit for this business sector.
MSMEs you mentioned. I know it's very close to your heart, and it's one of the biggest job-generating sector in the country, right? So how is the DTI helping MSMEs in the country?
Yeah, actually, there's really a lot of programs for MSMEs. You know, that's something that from startups all the way to the medium enterprises, from actually loans or different avenues for them to sell their products, and also other ways for them to grow their business. But this year, we're doing something different. We're actually going to start the DTI Goes to the Regions, meaning meron kaming, we actually have a bus that we are now going to the different regions to tell the people in every region what the programs of DTI is for them. So that's something that we're really looking forward to, because we're now really actually going to the people and telling them, okay, these are the programs of the DTI, and please take advantage of these programs, because these programs are really for you, the micro, small, and medium enterprises because we need to make sure that they level up and we need to make sure na umasenso sila. So that's something that we're doing on a very aggressive basis. For the international trade, of course, tuloy ang trade missions abroad. We just came from Japan and LA, no? So that's something that we're also very proud of. Whatever our achievements there is something that we're really proud of. So wherever we go, the way they respond to the investments in our country is really very good.
Yes, yes.
We just signed the Create More Act, which was signed by the President last October, and the IRR was signed last month. So this is a game changer in the incentives that we are giving foreign investors here in our country.
You mentioned incentives for the foreign investors. What exactly can they expect when they invest in the country?
Yes, okay. Actually, it's really tax incentives because that's really actually what they're looking for. So now these incentives are not just for foreign investors, but also for local that set up manufacturing and assembly here in our country.
You also had a partnership with the tourism department and attracting the film industry internationally, right?
Yes, yeah.
Filmmakers, producers,
Yes.
so they can shoot in the Philippines. How will you market the Philippines now as a prime destination for film?
Yes, okay. Actually, we just came from LA. I was with the First Lady and also with Secretary Frasco. So we decided to really go on tandem for this. No? Secretary Frasco handles the sites that, let's say, a foreign film wants to shoot. And for us, we handle the incentives or the business side of what we can offer to them that want to set up here. Actually, there's one company that wants to set up here or is going to set up here. They're going to invest first around $100 million for the first phase, but they will attract only foreign films. So they will set up a studio, they will set up a production company in Clark. And so we've given them incentives, so they're actually very excited to get started. So the filming will be here in the Philippines, all our beautiful sites.
Yes.
And
we have so many beautiful destinations.
Exactly. So they're very excited and they're actually going to be starting on June. So that's something that we're looking forward to. And for the local films, the DTI has 21 DTI offices with 29 trade attaches that can represent the different, let's say, represent the different countries abroad. So, example, I have this film and I want it sold in the United States, then I go to the trade attaché in the United States. If I have this film and I want to sell it to, let's say, Indonesia, then I can also use the trade attachés in Indonesia to do a business-to-business matching or to really find avenues where they can sell the film. So we've already also determined which type of film for each country so that when we go there, we don't give them the wrong film.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
and what a great way also to support Philippine cinema,
yes, definitely.
right?
So that's something that we're pushing aggressively because we feel that the creative industry is also one way of really bringing in the people or the foreigners to our country.
Yes, and it's also opening doors to a lot of our brilliant local talent,
Yes,
our creatives.
yes,
With your
yes.
partnership, for example, when a foreign film would like to shoot here in the Philippines, is there a clause as to how much local talent can they employ?
Actually, we don't have that, no. We don't really state how much. But actually, we just give them, okay, if you set up here, this is the investments that we can do. But in the tourism, they also have their own investments for those that shoot in the Philippines.
Right. Let's go now to MSMEs again. We saw in the DTI website various microsites for MSMEs. You have the e-commerce, digital marketing, and logistics, among others. Can you tell us more about them?
Yes, okay. Actually, for the MSME, we really put out the 5-point strategies for them to be able to drive their business. So that's number one, digitalization. They must go digital. Why? It's the easiest way for them to sell, the cheapest way, and we're 7,600 islands. So that's the only way for them to be able to sell quickly from Luzon all the way to Mindanao is to go digital. So we've seen a lot of TikTok stars. We've seen a lot of sales in Instagram and also Facebook. So that's something that these people that don't have too much capital, they can use it and they can earn instantaneously. So all they need is their phone, themselves, and the product, and they can get started already. So malit lang capital. Number two is for them to actually explore the business of franchising. Because when you franchise, all you need to do is to put up the money, and the franchise company can already train you or teach you exactly what to do. So that's something that we're really pushing also.
Yes. You mentioned Secretary of Franchising. How much has it grown in the regions? Kasi we always see a lot of growth and fast growth here in the NCR, right? Pero dun sa mga probinsya.
Yes, actually, there's really a high demand now for franchising because if you notice, ang hirap na rin mag-umpisa ng negosyo, no? So, we really encourage them to just do the business of franchising. The next is actually funding. So, SB Corp is an attached agency of DTI, which is a bank. So, we have tailored fit now different loans that's really for the MSMEs. So, that's also where they can go. So actually, we have so many different kinds of loan where they can actually borrow money. So 1 year, no payment of interest and principal. They start to pay only on the second year. So they have 1 year to really push and grow their business. Aside from that is also mentoring. No? That's something that we also are pushing now. The Philippine Trade Training Center is also with the DTI. So we have different programs or different learning sessions, targeted learnings using the digital platform. So let's say before they sleep, they wanna learn, okay, how can I use social media as a platform to sell my goods? So they can do that. So we have that also. And of course, the different programs na meron ang DTI. So dapat they must take advantage of these programs.
Yes. It's very good that yung DTI na, yung lumalapit.
Yes,
tao,
we're
no?
actually going to the people, and we're also building, we're also launching actually on April 9, the biggest B2B marketplace, digital marketplace in the entire country. So all the products of the MSMEs are going to be, or all the Filipino products are going to be in that platform. So example, me, I need some supplies. I can just go there and I can find the supplies all the way from Luzon all the way to Mindanao. And we're also establishing now in the DTI office different stores or showrooms where they can showcase the products of the SMEs that are compliant and that are ready for export already. So we have done this now in 5 countries and we are growing this. And we put the film there also.
The DTI has been very aggressive in pushing for streamlining processes.
Yes.
Tell us, Sec, gaano na ba kadali ngayon for small businesses to start, like in applying for licenses and permits and all that?
Yes, actually, for the business name registration, we keep on, how should I say this? The digital platform is really what we're using.
Dapat
Technology
digital na
is
lahat,
really what we're using because sometimes we're 7,600 islands. How will they go pa to, let's say, to Manila or to the city? They can actually go online already or even register through their phones already. So 5 to 7 minutes, it should be done.
Since you mentioned we should all go digital, kailangan dyan, syempre, established and strong internet connections, our connectivity. Dapat yung infrastructure in place already.
Yes,
How
I
are
agree.
we doing in that aspect?
When I just sat down, which was August, the first MOU that I signed was with Converge. And my usapan with him was to make sure that there is internet connection from Luzon all the way to the far-flung Mindanao. So he's actually doing that now. And we've also moved to different companies aside from Converge to make sure that there's internet. Of course, we're still in the process of getting more internet connections, but at least it's already moving as compared to how it was before.
You mentioned these other companies, anyone that's more promising?
It's
Hindi
hard
pa
to
pwede.
say, pero talagang we're really actually pushing all companies that can really
Yeah.
provide internet connection to the different town, especially the ones that are really far-flung.
Strong and stable
Yes,
internet connection.
connection,
All right.
because we can't get started without this.
All right, we have so much more to talk about with Trade Secretary Cristina Roque. After this short break, Trade Docs, we'll be right back. You're back on Trade Talks. We continue with our discussion with Trade Secretary Maria Cristina Roque. Secretary, I'd like to talk about the over $70 billion worth of foreign investments or investment commitments just last January. Has any of these been finalized, and which sector or industry has secured the biggest investment?
Okay, actually, those are the investments that came in, no? And we are actually coordinating with them. And when we finalize them, we will put them out. Hopefully, before June, we can get the exact amounts out, and we can get those that are really confirmed out. So, of course, we have the usual renewable energy. We have the minerals. We also have the IT, BPO. We have a lot of manufacturing, telecom, cement. We also have retail and many others. Actually, 247 industries ito. So that's something that we will announce soon. Hopefully by June, ma-announce na natin.
Such a big win.
Yes, yeah,
Congratulations
that's a big win.
on
Yes,
that.
actually, when we went to Japan, there was also one of their, if not their largest entertainment company is actually going to invest already here in the Philippines. So we can give the numbers once they come here and they get the spaces, and we've finalized everything. So I want to give numbers that are confirmed and that are final.
Going now to e-commerce, because everybody's moving towards that platform.
Yes.
How do we now maximize it?
Okay, first I encourage everyone to use the e-commerce platform, because first, it's the cheapest way, especially for the SMEs. Number two, it's also the platform that's used by almost everyone. They buy food through e-commerce, they buy basic necessities through e-commerce, they buy furnitures through e-commerce, everything actually through the e-commerce platform. So, but you need to be careful when you buy the products in the e-commerce. So if there's any problem or anything that you encounter that's not, how should I say it, that doesn't fit your standards, you better report it to the DTI. So you may report it to report to SEC at dti.gov.ph, which is direct to my office. So we really address that immediately. Or you can also call the DTI 1-384 to report any of these things that, any of these, let's say, not so favorable purchases that you have in the e-commerce platform. Because now, a lot of people use the e-commerce platform. Some are not responsible. So that's
It's
also
very
something
easy
that we're
kasi.
that we're catching.
Very easy to shop, to sell online,
Yes.
but also we have to be very vigilant.
Yes, we have to be very vigilant when we shop online. Yes.
Earlier this month, Chris, you met with Facebook Meta in monitoring transactions in its site. So how was that meeting? What was the outcome?
Yeah, actually the meeting was good. They're always very cooperative, because the Philippines is one of the top, if not the top, once it comes to e-commerce, to Facebook, to example selling online. And even I met with a very popular Japanese fashion brand, and Philippines is #1 in Southeast Asia. So they're very cooperative with us, and that's something that we are actually happy about, and we will build a strong relationship with them as long as we, it's both ways.
we have a lot of brands, Filipino brands to be proud of.
Yes.
What does it take for a Filipino brand to win in the global arena?
Actually, the Filipinos are very talented. We have a lot of Filipino designers and talents that are already known abroad. We have, of course, the Michael Cinco. We also have the Monique Lulier.
Yeah.
When we went to LA, we had an Oliver Tolentino also that is now in Beverly Hills. So we are actually using them as an example to be able to encourage more designers or more entrepreneurs to really go abroad and to really try it out there.
Philippine fashion
Yes.
is making it big now in the global arena. So, working with these Filipino fashion designers, what have you noticed? Ano ba yung edge natin as Filipinos?
Actually, the edge is our intricate details. Masyado tayong madetalye, and then our designs are very, very unique. And we also have a very warm way of dealing with the customer. So that's something that we can really sustain actually abroad.
Parang yun na yung trademark natin,
Yes,
no?
trademark,
Our warmth.
yes. Oo,
Yes.
yes.
So going now to trends in the market, what are the drivers in the industry?
Okay, the drivers now, when we go abroad, what really sells, aside from the usual semiconductors, renewable energy, we also have now coconut. Coconut is actually a star now abroad. So they're always looking for coconut. Any products of coconut, coconut water, coconut milk, VCO, the virgin coconut oil, because the health benefits of coconut now is known worldwide. So there's really a clamor and there's really a need for coconut products.
So much potential, no? You mentioned
Ang laki ng potential ng coconut.
Pero right now, di ba, we're just making an entry pa lang. Parang maliit pa lang in terms of the whole global market share,
Yes,
no?
yeah, there's a lot of potential in coconut. Yeah, there's also coffee, there's also cocoa, but number one is coconut now. There's also dried mangoes. So that's something that we must continue, and that's what we should grow also.
All right, I would like to talk about branding because I know yun yung forte mo eh. You're one of the most successful women entrepreneurs in the country. You made it big, starting with just 6,000 pesos. I'm very inspired by that story of yours.
yeah.
So from 6,000 pesos, you got a job with Sari Sari, one of the pioneers in retail as well back in the day. So ngayon, di ba, for a small business, kunyari, of course, you won't start with 6,000 because of inflation. Siguro, nasa 20. Let's make it 20,000, 25,000. What can you do with 25,000 pesos?
Okay, I always say this every time I talk to the MSMEs. I always tell them, never think that having little is actually a problem. Sometimes having little is your ace because you know that's all you have. So you have to make sure that you get this thing going. So I always tell them, just believe in your product, just go for it. If you have a dream, go for it. And make sure that you give more than 100%. And I can rest assured that they're going to make it. Actually, we had one let's say, another star, no, for using the social media platform. She was selling laing, the product, but her laing was really good, but she didn't know how to sell it or where to sell it. So we gave her the TikTok platform because first, she didn't have much money. All she had was either to buy the inventory or to put up the store. So we let her use the TikTok platform. And actually, she was selling like 300,000 a day for that product using the TikTok platform. So we really encourage that to the MSMEs to really go for the digital platform.
Yes. That's really true, no? Magiging milyonaryo ka sa TikTok.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maraming TikTok stars and maraming, let's say, social media stars. Not just TikTok, no? There's so many ways of selling using the digital platform. So they should go for it. Even, let's say malls or department stores, they're already selling using the digital platform, and it's really actually very beneficial for them. First, they don't have to pay rent. Second, they can do it at home. Third, it can also be a test market before they put up their own physical stores.
Your key advice in branding, Sec Chris, because I've seen it in Camiseta, andun yung tatak mo eh. So what's your advice?
My advice for branding, just make sure that you really like it. And just make sure to check out the competitors, also what they have. And make sure that you feel that your product is really qualified and really capable of really making it. So you just have to believe in yourself.
Last 1 minute, so I'd like to make it fun before we let you go. Okay. You've been also into fashion, ano? What is your favorite among the names in the luxury designer houses? What is your favorite brand?
Actually, I'm not too much into branding, but I really like those that are quirky because I'm a maximalist at heart. I just wear minimalist because I'm in the DTI now.
Yes, meaning you love prints, you love color.
I love prints. Okay. I love a lot of things going on. I like furnitures that are not just have one fabric. I like furnitures that have 3 or 4 fabrics mixed together. I like curtains that are different prints mixed together. So for me, I'm quirky. I like it fun and magaan. I'm very positive in what I do, and I always look at the bright side because I always tell the people that work with me also, sometimes if there's only one positive out of the 10, maybe that positive will be the game changer in your life. So
working with Cristina Frasco, also with
we
the
work
First
very
Lady,
well together.
and many politicians. Who is the most fashionable for you?
Actually, all of them have their own fashion sense. So, kanya-kanyang creative, how should I say, style, and kanya-kanyang personality. So, we really fit the personality with what we wear.
Okay, I'm sure you shop online. What do you purchase online?
Me, what do I buy online? A lot of things. I buy some furnitures online. I also buy things that I need for the basic necessities online. Buy food also online. Sometimes I buy clothes online.
Your favorite beauty essential?
My favorite moisturizer.
Okay, and lastly, your favorite thing to do during your downtime?
Me, I really enjoy talking to people, mostly one-on-one. I like to get to know people more. Before I joined the DTI, I was very quiet. I was very shy, but I really love to listen to people, and I really like to learn from them because for me, knowledge is power. The more I know, the stronger I become. I become more confident once I know more about other people or other things or other topics. I'm very interested in that.
We certainly learned a lot from you talking to you today. Thank you so much, Sec Chris, for coming over.
Yes, thank you.
Maraming salamat and more power to you.
Thank you.
And that's today's show. I'm Mai Rodriguez. Stay up to date on the inspiring stories of entrepreneurs and innovators and the secrets to their success only here on Trade Talks, My Milyonaryo. Stay with BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel.